Not quite doing it. But we have Amy Darnell here from SCAMP and Sarah Schneider here from the Fed. And Katie is here. She's just bopping around making sure that we can be heard and seen, which isn't always, it's not always happening with our lives. But it looks pretty good. Like, our setup is pretty awesome. Today, one thing special, and I think you can see it, some of the decorations that we have here are from the White Blossom Market, which is Katie's cousin. And she just said her name, and I've forgotten. Do you guys remember? Is it Jana? Shayna? Katie will come in and correct me, but Shanna, thank you. She has this really cool boutique called White Blossom Market.
White Blossom Farm Boutique.
Farm Boutique, okay. Sorry. So that's why you got to be here. I can't remember all this stuff. But she does a little pop-up market every weekend, most weekends. So a lot of this stuff is from her. So it looks great. Thank you. Thank you, Katie's cousin.
Yes.
A little shout out to her.
Holiday decor.
Yeah. So we thought, because yesterday was Giving Tuesday, and we're all, of the giving mindset right now, we wanted to talk about some of the things that are going around, happening locally, and ways people can get involved and give, and just really great organizations and efforts that are happening right now in Clarkston. And I know you guys are involved with some of these, so you can help get the word out. So the first one, this morning we're drinking coffee from Aroma Roasting, and they're a local family that roasts coffee, and then they have this program called Clarkston Perk at the junior high, which I know you know a little bit more about, so maybe you could tell us, how does the whole thing work? What's going on with that?
Yeah, my daughter Willa was actually the launching team of Clarkston Perk. So when she started the junior high, Rachel Klingerman, so her second year at the junior high, so her very last year, when Rachel Klingerman came in as a special ed teacher, she started this program, Clarkston Perk, and so amazing, the things that she's done with it and the way that it grew just throughout the year. They started out with, okay, we're going to, launch Clarkston Perk, and they had us fill out our little, what kind of flavor coffee do we want, and they ended with doing cold brews, and Willa learned how to do so much. She was coming home and making cold brew for our family. It was the sweetest thing ever.
Awesome.
And it's so great for these kids. So every Friday they go in and they get their coffee shop going right away, and then they go around. They've already taken orders, and they go around and they deliver them to the staff throughout the school. So, and they would do, sometimes she would come home and be like, well, I made 25 coffees today. Wow. They really worked hard, and they learned a lot, and it was just so good for them, and so much so that I was like, can you just come with us to the high school?
Yeah.
I don't want to leave Clarkston Perk or the junior high or Rachel Klingerman. Right. She's amazing. But no, the high school's been awesome. But the Clarkston Perk's a great program. I would love to see it grow. I was like, Rachel, let's get you a food truck. Let's get you a coffee truck. What can we do? How can we? Let's get this.
Awesome.
Can we go? Where can we take this? And I know Rachel has a lot of hopes and dreams for it. It's a passion of hers. And I just was like, I want to help you. I want to help you grow this and take it to new heights, because it's so amazing. So I hope that she does. She'd be a great person for you guys to talk to. And then, it's very cool.
This is the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, just to recap, it's called the Clarkston Perk.
Clarkston Perk.
And it's inside of Clarkston Junior High.
Yeah, so it's just right now a program run inside the junior high for the staff, and
it's run by who?
And it's run by the special ed program.
Okay.
So these kids all are in charge of making, prepping, making the coffee, and then, they'll use the money that they make to put back into their supplies. And then they had a little fund where they were able to go, they did so many field trips that were paid for from the Clarkston Perk. So they got to go to so many cool places and experience so many things, and they would go, say they would go to McDonald's, and they each had $10 to spend, and it was their job to walk up with their $10 and figure out what they could order and how much they needed, and so it really helped the kids just in daily life. And then but they were able to use the money that they had made from Clarkston Perk, which was awesome.
That is amazing.
Fantastic.
So good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I know the Aroma Roasting Company, it's a local, small family-owned and operated company. Michelle Harasic, I want to say. Thank you so much. I'm like, Jackson, help me pronounce it. Sorry, Michelle. They are doing a fundraiser right now where if you order coffee from their website under the Clarkston Perk tab, there's a specific tab there, then 25% of those orders are going to the Clarkston Perk.
Oh, I love that.
They have amazing coffee that we're drinking right now.
It's very
They
good.
have these really adorable hot chocolate pouches with the hot cocoa and chocolate chips and marshmallows in them, and then tea. So it's an amazing Christmas gift, and it's going to really help that program. And we have linked to it on our website. So everything we're going to talk to you about today, there are links on our website, which is connectingclarkston.com.
So I feel like I should partner with them for our hot cocoa stand for the parade.
You definitely
Ooh, good
should.
idea.
So
Great idea.
Connection number one.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
that
where's
would be
the
amazing.
tally?
We love doing our little hot cocoa stand,
Yes.
and we love to give back from the hot cocoa stand. So we don't charge; we just ask for donations, and then each year we've just decided on a different charity to take that money and donate it to. But I feel like it would be amazing to partner with Aroma and then donate the money to Clarkston Perk.
That would be great. And so it's roasted and made right here in Clarkston. So I think that feels like
I
a great
love
fit for you.
that. All right.
Awesome.
Can you guys connect me
Yes,
with
we
them?
will
and
connect
then-
you with them. We'll make that connection. So, okay, for the parade. All right. The other thing, food related, Cake Pops by Chloe. So Katie discovered this recently. So she's also local, and if you order a cake pop, she will donate one to the Children's Hospital, and it's dedicated to the staff that's working during the holidays. And is it cakepopsbychloe.com?
I want to say yes,
right?
but the link, if you go to connectingclarkston.com, the link is right there.
Okay.
So, yeah, and I think the night of the Lights Parade, she is going to be set up selling her cake pops in Depot.
Yeah.
So you can purchase them right there, and then
Yes.
another cake pop gets donated. And her cake pops are adorable. So,
And delicious.
Love that.
So a non-food related one, Neighbor for Neighbor. This is the donation drive that Morgan and Milzo is doing, and you can drop stuff off at their Main Street location. I'm not sure the parameters, like when it begins and ends. That's probably on our website, but that is, non-food items and gently used in new clothing and towels and linens and that kind of thing. So that's they're asking for donations for that. One way you can help. Another thing that's happening this weekend at the Clarkston Family Farm is their big holiday event. So this is on December 2nd from 3 to 6. It's a free event. I think most of the spaces have been claimed, I think it's at capacity for registration, but they still need a lot of help to set up. So I think if you follow Chelsea at all, she's always doing these cute little videos, and her latest one was her with this giant candy cane and these giant trees, so she's asking people to come help paint and
volunteers.
get volunteers.
All kinds of volunteers
She needs
all
lots
year
of help.
long.
All year long.
Volunteers. If you like to volunteer, that
Yes.
is the place to go. And we have linked that on our website too, so you can sign up to volunteer.
It's a lot of people. I think 1,500 people are signed up to come to this event.
Nice.
So Chelsea always says, many hands make light work. And if you know Chelsea, she is the queen of organizing people and rallying people around her. So if you have some free time between now and Saturday, I'm sure she would appreciate any help.
Yes.
So that's happening. And obviously, we're going to talk about SCAMP.
The main
and
event.
The main event, yeah. SCAMP is a big deal in Clarkston, but let's talk about the fundraiser that you guys are both teaming up to work on. You guys can talk about your collaboration and everything that's happening. So you're on.
Take it away.
Take it away.
It's all Sarah.
No, I just, so I was asked by Gardner White to decorate a Christmas tree, and it's a competition, and the winning tree, the person who has the most votes will get $10,000 towards their charity of choice. So I was like, oh my gosh, yes, didn't even have to blink, and SCAMP's my charity.
Yeah.
And so I just knew right away that would be it. And I was like, okay, if there's one competition I can win, it's decorating a Christmas tree. I got this. So I did put a lot of heart and thought into the tree. I literally, every detail, it's mostly handmade. So all of the paper chains, I called my friend group. They're seriously amazing. I can't believe they haven't run away from me yet. And I was like, I'm in a little over my head, hand making everything for this tree was a little bit of a,
Gosh.
Yeah.
a little bit to bite off. And so they all came over, of course, and sat on my kitchen floor and put together paper chains and helped me paper mache books. So my overall
The
theme
books
was
are paper mache.
I didn't know that.
they're cardboard and then they're like paper mache over them. So they're super
Okay.
light, so I
Yes.
could hang them on the
Oh, that
tree.
makes sense. They're not actual books. That makes
They're
sense.
not actual books.
That's
nuts
amazing.
that
Yeah.
you made those.
So
It's
and then
amazing.
and then all
I had
the
no idea.
paper came from like all over the place. So I literally like curated this paper collection to go on to the books and onto the paper chains. So it was it was so much fun.
How did you
It
get
was
the
so much
vision?
fun.
Like, where did this come from? This, like, the theme of the books and all this.
That's a really good question. So my overall theme was whimsical. I think they had given me a few options, and I was like, oh, whimsical for sure. Like if I could kind of put everything in a nutshell, that would be it. So, and then I kind of went from there and chose Your Story Matters, which I think goes really well with SCAMP.
Oh, yeah.
And that every child's story matters, and adults,
That's great.
and these kids have a beautiful story written for them.
Nice.
So Your Story Matters. So then the books kind of went with that, and I wanted something kind of nostalgic. So the paper chains and the theme just kind of all came together from there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's amazing.
yeah, it was
Amazing.
really fun and really amazing, and I want to win the $10,000 for SCAMP
Yes.
so bad.
I want you to win it.
So we really want you to
I
win
want to
too.
give that big
Yes.
check.
Yes.
Well,
to
and
SCAMP.
I think, okay, so some of the people that you're up against, right?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
big.
Local
Kinda big.
4, come on.
Yeah, the
They
morning
came
crew.
in.
So we
Yeah.
are kind of like local 4.
You and like I said when we said that, like this is our morning show now.
Yeah.
I feel really,
oh my gosh, people, you have to vote.
Well,
You
let's
have
talk
to
about
vote.
how to vote and
Yes.
how many times you can vote and how often.
yeah.
Like, what's the scoop?
You can vote as many times as you want.
Yes.
So you could spam your votes. Just keep on going.
Okay.
Good.
And you can vote up until December 13th. So we have quite a while.
Okay.
The amount of people who have shared this on Facebook is
Yes.
almost like, it's unreal. It's overwhelming to
support.
watch. I mean, every time I log onto Facebook, I just see the tree, the tree, the tree,
Oh
the
my
tree,
gosh,
the
you're
tree.
gonna make me cry.
It-
Your eyes need to stop watering.
I know. Just to like watch the community say, all right, we're gonna win this.
Yeah.
Like, and right, we're up against all of these other. When I was at Gardner White decorating, like Channel 4 came in with their film crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was.
We should have been there.
It was. Yeah. I needed a crew. I was joking. I was like, oh, my crew will be here later. And they literally like had this amazing like team, and they had this whole setup, and they were taping them walking through with their decorations, and they magically tossed them up on the tree. And I was like knee deep in my like crafting, like
Like 1,000 boxes.
thinking, how am I going to get this done? And I actually like took like days. I shouldn't have been there for days, and Gardner White put up with me being there forever to get it done. But no, so there's always like there's a Lions player, and there's like all these amazing people. But I just feel like
Clarkston needs to rally.
Yeah.
Clarkston's gonna
Clarkston
step
needs
up.
to rally.
Yeah, we're gonna.
and Clarkston needs to, and it's. And the cool thing is that it's not just for Clarkston. Like SCAMP
Right.
doesn't SCAMP, hosts it in Clarkston, but
Yeah.
there's so many others.
Communities that benefit.
And I wanted people to really know that because,
Yes.
even walking in, I'm like, yes, it's in Clarkston, and yes, like it's for so many Clarkston kids, but it's for so many more.
Well, Amy,
And
could you,
you
talk
can talk
about
more
that?
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe if anybody doesn't know about SCAMP, which a lot of people do, obviously, but maybe a little background about what SCAMP is, what it does, who it serves, like Sarah was saying, and just kind of the whole SCAMP in a nutshell.
SCAMP in a nutshell. SCAMP's been around for almost 50 years now. We are coming up on our 50th anniversary, which is huge for a nonprofit. We serve people who are differently abled. We have scampers with us from the age of 3 up to in their 50s that have been coming to us for over 40 years. We are a 5-week summer camp that is in the Clarkston schools, but we service all of Oakland County. So last year we had about 140 scampers that came to us, and we are almost a 1-to-1 ratio of employees to scampers, because a lot of our scampers need that one-on-one assistance and help and attention, and we offer it to them in order to give the families a little bit of respite, because see, really the only time a lot of these families are able to kind of sit back and relax and send their child off for a fun experience and not be so worried about what's going to happen and where they are and who they're with. They're taken care of. It's been an amazing program for hundreds and hundreds of people over the years, and it's been a great organization to be involved with. The outpouring from Clarkston, from the moment I started with the organization this summer, has been kind of overwhelming at times. And then with all of the things that Sarah has done for us with the tree and donations for our Jingle Mingle that we just had a couple weeks ago, it's been quite amazing. But
so it's entirely funded on donations?
It's entirely funded on donations. We have 4 main fundraisers a year. Our next one will not come up until May, which is our annual walk and roll. And then we have grants that we submit for and individual donations to be able to pay for the camp. It costs about $2,000 for each scamper to come. We do have it is a camp that is paid for. We do have a fee associated with it. However, Scamper's never been turned away because of financial reasons. So about 52% of our Scampers need financial aid. And so we make sure that my job is to raise the money throughout the year so that no Scamper is ever turned away and they can come enjoy camp.
That's amazing.
I think there are a lot of volunteer opportunities with SCAMP also, or a lot of your people that work during the summer. How does that work?
A couple of different ways.
Okay.
Volunteer opportunities, absolutely, especially for our events.
Okay.
And then we do take volunteers during the summer.
Okay.
So our volunteers are typically 14 and under. And then we have paid student aides. So as long as they've completed 8th grade, so basically 15, they can be paid to work SCAMP during the summer, which my son actually did the summer that he was 15. And it worked out great for him because he got this amazing experience and got to work, but it didn't interfere with his sports schedule because he played football and lacrosse, and things were so crazy. So it's a great opportunity for students. And then we have adult aides, which we see a lot of college students for the summer, and like the parapros and such with the schools. And then we have lead teachers. So we will be, our goal is to expand and be able to take more Scampers this summer, but that comes down to being able to staff it. So we have to do our hiring first and make sure that we have all of that in place prior to being able to know how many Scampers we can take.
How many full-time staffers do you guys have?
It's me.
Is it just you?
It's me.
Wow.
I have Maddie is my assistant, and she works usually 1 day a week. She's amazing. She's been with the organization for years, so what she can accomplish in 3 hours would take somebody else 30. I'm so thankful for her. But yeah, it's me. I'm a one-woman show, so it's fun. It can be a little daunting, and it's as one of the parents said to me when I first met her this past summer. She said, "I'm so glad you're aboard, but don't screw it up." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, there wasn't enough pressure anyway, because this means so much to so many people that it's if I don't make the money, if I don't get the grants and the donations, then it impacts the families, and so that's something that
big responsibility.
it is, but it makes you work hard.
Yeah.
So
Well, and I think it speaks to the program. So many people come back, all the repeat Scampers, and they said some people are 40 years.
40 years. We have
That's
over
insane.
10 people who have been coming to us for over 40 years.
That's insane.
Yes.
I mean, it seems like every year too with the SCAMP walk and roll, there's a lot of support from the schools.
Yes.
Because I know most years we've participated in that, and it always seems to draw in just a ton of people.
It is, and I've been working with the head of our academic service learning at Clarkston High School, which she actually oversees the entire district. So we are currently working on and hope to be able to roll out a district-wide academic service learning project for SCAMP that will be in all of the elementary schools, all 7 of them. So, and I'm working also with some other groups at the junior high and high school, as far as the secondary schools, to get service learning projects associated with SCAMP in our buildings. I think it's really important. Our SCAMPers are our students, and if we want to abide by the "We Are Clarkston" motto, then I feel like we need to embrace these students that are sitting in our classrooms and teach our other Clarkston students the compassion and empathy to be able to embrace people who may be a little bit different than them, because everyone's different. And whatever that difference may be, I think it's something that Clarkston has committed to working with and teaching their students, but I think using SCAMP as an example it fits right in with the policy and the motto.
I remember when I was in elementary school and Girl Scouts volunteering, working at the camp. Do you still have Girl Scout troops that come in?
We have not,
Okay.
but
It feels like that would be a good
I think it probably
connection.
would be.
Yeah.
And it's something, actually, the first time I talked to Sarah, we talked about it with her daughter coming
Yeah.
in. And Willa's going to be
Yeah.
volunteering with us this summer as well.
Yeah, so she had, so Willa has special needs. She's in the level 3 program at the high school. She has always, she was in the level 4 program in elementary, not because she needed to be, because that was the only program at our elementary, and not to get into all of that because that's a whole long story.
Yeah.
But what it did was, she was the boss. She was the mother hen. So she took care of everyone in that class, and she always has been she's always kind of taken on that role in her classroom. So, I think she'd be really amazing. So right now she's non-weight bearing. She had a leg lengthening surgery almost 14 months ago. So to have a child who is also physically disabled, it's been a long 16 years with Willa and a long road in different things and different, setbacks and things that she's had to deal with. And now physically, she's always had a leg length discrepancy, but she really compensated very well. But now with, being literally on one leg and using all sorts of different devices and contraptions and things, it's almost like, not that, Willa has always given me a glimpse into our world through a different lens, which is something truly amazing, and now physically to see what and to know what it is like to have a child who's really disabled in all facets, and so it's just even given me more empathy towards parents and children who have to go through this. And she has nothing to do right now. She doesn't have she's not going to after school. Not that there aren't things she could do. I don't mean to say that, but she's like, can I be on the volleyball team? I was like, it might be a little hard right now. Can I, so she's looking for things. I was like, how about swimming? We could do swimming. She doesn't have a cast or anything, so she can swim. Anyways, but thinking about these kids in the summer, and Will has never gone to SCAMP only because we travel a lot and we do a lot of things on our own, and it's always been that has kept her busy, and it's kept we're good in that aspect. Although part of me feels like she really kind of missed out on that. So for her now to be able to go and work with her peers who are just like her, but it's going to give her, I just think it's going to be really amazing. I'm super excited for her, and she'll be awesome. Yeah. She'll be
Kylie, our camp director, is really excited about her coming on board.
She's been sick. She's been home for 2 days sick, and her teacher was like, "We really miss her." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. You don't have your chatty Cathy there keeping you entertained." Because she is so social. Yeah. She loves everyone. She wants to talk to everyone. If she were here right now, which she would be, if you invited
Yeah,
her, she
yeah.
would be here, and
Next time?
but she wouldn't talk about herself. She would ask you 100 questions about you.
So
about
we
you.
were at the Taste of Clarkston with our Plinko board. We had set up Plinko.
Oh,
and
she
so
come find you?
Yes. She came over and she was super sweet and played Plinko and chatted for a bit. Yes.
Yep. She loves stuff like that,
Yes.
and you know, just being out and talking to her, and we'll, you know, anywhere we go. Hi Willa. Hi Willa. Hi
Yeah.
Willa. I'm like, I didn't know that person. She's like,
I know everybody.
I don't know, but no, I just I think it's going to be awesome for her, and Scamp's going to be a really great outlet for her, and
So we need
it'll be
people to go vote. Because
Yes.
we have to win the $10,000.
great. We have to win
have to
10,000.
I was
Yes.
going to ask you, Amy, you said, okay, so there's a Scamp and Roll, Scamp Walk and Roll, the Jingle Mingle. What, you said there's 5?
There's 4 that we have right now. So
Okay.
Walk and Roll is our next one that's coming up in May.
May, yeah.
And then in June we will have our summer shindig, which will be hosted by Emily Ford.
Okay.
I'm sure you guys know Emily. Everybody seems to know Emily. And then we have our golf outing in September. That
Where's
is at
that?
the Fountains.
Oh, the Fountains, okay.
And then our Jingle Mingle is next December, or I'm sorry, next November. So
Okay.
we do 4 big a year, and you know, we're looking at potentially adding some more. We'll just kind of see how the year goes.
I've always said I will host a Jingle Mingle if I can get this house done,
Nice. Yeah.
which, you know,
That's a work in progress.
We
it's a
want to
work in
hear about the
progress.
house.
I
Sure.
will
Yeah.
host a
Have
Jingle
you?
Mingle.
Yes.
I am all in. So I am. I've said it for years. I'll be. At some point, I will host a Jingle.
I'm going to hold her to you.
Yeah.
You all heard her.
You all heard somewhere. Yeah. It's recorded.
No, I would love to. I would be happy to. It would,
Oh, it would be amazing.
I assume you always are taking donations also.
We are always taking donations. You can go to our website, clarkstonscamp.org. There is a donate button in the upper right-hand corner. And it also has all of the information about our camp and our upcoming events. It has our dates, and as soon as we have sponsorship availability, we have that on there, because we rely on our sponsors as well. And each of our events, we have live silent auctions, and we're looking at adding basket raffles. So we're always looking for donations of things that people would be interested in putting money toward.
I was going to ask also, like growing up here, a lot of my friends worked at Scamp in the summer, and I think what you were talking about too, when you work with the Scamp population, you develop a lot of empathy, and you know, it's a really important thing to have that experience, especially for young people. And so I'm wondering, when does that hiring process start for the summer? I feel like
It will open in March,
In March,
and I was
okay.
actually just thinking I will let you know that when the applications are going live, and if you wouldn't mind sharing it
Yeah.
at that
Sure.
time, that would be great.
Absolutely.
Can you also share about too how people with the Kroger, like any other
Sure.
ways people can get involved and help support?
Absolutely. We have a Kroger Rewards account, and it's a super easy way to donate back. You're doing your grocery shopping, and a portion of what you spend will come back to Clarkston SCAMP. So simply go to Kroger Rewards online and put in Clarkston SCAMP and choose us as your recipient. And every time you use your Kroger card, we get a kickback from that. So when I first realized we had an account, there were only 9 people signed up.
oh my gosh.
So you know, and we were still getting money. So you know, any amount helps, because, like I said, we cover the cost for these scampers, and we don't turn people away for financial reasons. So every dollar, every penny counts. So
I feel like that could add up so quick, because I think about like Kroger Rewards and how much I save on my gas.
Yeah.
Which is
it
amazing.
does.
You know, if a portion of that all went, I mean, it's awesome. It's
Yeah.
so good.
And it's something that's easy for people to do. In addition to that, they can sign up on our website to follow our newsletter. And we also have Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram is brand new for us. We just launched that last month. And
Yeah, good job with
Maddie's
that.
done a great job
Yeah.
of building the profile on Facebook. So we're up on followers, which is awesome. And the more people who know about us, the better. That's one of the things I feel. I've lived in Clarkston for 19 years, and when I moved here, I knew about SCAMP because my next door neighbor, who's now a special ed teacher, was a volunteer at SCAMP, and she worked with SCAMP from the time she was 12 until she got a full-time job. So I always knew what SCAMP was and how much it meant to her. And as I met other people in the community, whether they had a child who was in the program or they worked with the program, it meant a lot to them.
Yeah.
But Clarkston has grown so much. And then with COVID, I feel like there's some people, when I say SCAMP, they look at me just a little confused. Like, I think I've heard of that, but I'm not sure what it is. And so one of the things that I'm hoping for in 2024 is to really get out there and have us recognized in the community again, and more people know who we are, not just as a donation, because obviously, yes, I want the donations, but I also want people to realize that this resource is here. And I think it adds, obviously it adds a lot to the lives of our scampers, but it adds a lot to our community.
Definitely.
I have two thoughts on that. One, did you say it's 50 years for you guys?
We'll be 50 years in 2025.
Okay, because I know the Chamber of Commerce has been doing like anniversary celebrations.
Yes.
So that would be something. And I was going to say too, the woman that runs Clarkston Coalition had contacted us, and we're going to have her come on, but she was saying, like with COVID, she almost just wants to do a relaunch.
Yeah.
You know, like these long-standing programs. I think that COVID came in and just, kind of shut everything down a little bit.
For the first year ever, they couldn't have a camp.
Yes.
And everything was just shut down. Our office is in the middle school. Like, Amy, the other Amy, who was the executive director, couldn't go into the building. I mean, it was stifling for SCAMP, as it was for so many.
Yeah.
And just trying to build back from that, whether it was building back to our fundraisers, where at first so many people didn't want to come, they were so afraid to be out. And we're seeing those numbers grow, and hopefully we'll be able to rebound and be bigger and better than ever.
Yeah. So with Giving Tuesday, I know you guys just had a big goal of $5,000, and you're kind of extending the collection of that through the end of this week,
Yes,
right?
we will.
You always take donations.
We
but
always
for
take
this
donations.
specific-
For this, we'll ride this out for a couple more days.
So your website?
Is clarkstonscamp.org.
Okay.
And you can find us on Facebook.
Okay. And then voting for...
Tell us again how to vote.
Yeah,
Vote
so
often.
the voting link is it's on my Instagram and my profile. It's also you can just go to gardnerwhite.com. You
And
can
it's
go to
Twinkle
their
Town,
link.
right?
Twinkle
That's
Town.
the name of it.
It's on our website. It's on all of our social media too.
And just
And
select.
it's
So
whimsical.
make sure you go down and select the whimsical tree.
Yes.
Is there a way to watch the votes? Like track
I
it?
wish.
They don't have
makes me
it.
nervous. Yeah.
I'm like, I need to know where we
Part of me's
at.
glad we don't, because I already sit there. I have about an hour every night where I'm sitting there as I'm talking to my family,
Yes.
and I just vote.
I love
over
it.
and over and
I've
over
heard
again.
so
and
many
like,
people say that to me that
well,
they're
it's
like,
mindless. You can do it
Yeah.
while you're
Right.
doing other things.
it's so good. I know I'm dying to know like where we're
The
at.
standing.
And I don't know what their outreach looks like, but if I was to look at ours and think like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine that.
Yes.
This it's amazing what's happening with
Yeah.
it. And I do feel like for anybody who didn't know about SCAMP, it's maybe reaching people who didn't know, which if this whole thing, if nothing else is like for that, then amazing. I mean,
the exposure alone that we have gotten, and again the number of new followers that I think mostly came from Sarah, thankfully.
Yes.
I mean, we have hundreds of new people following our social media,
Yes.
and that exposure alone. Yes, I would love the $10,000.
Yes.
That would go so far for an organization our size. But at the same time, the
There's
exposure
other
and people
benefits.
just knowing
Yeah.
Clarkston SCAMP and who we are, that's the
like
most important thing.
the people that I've seen that have shared, just really like heartwarmingly surprising. Like I was like, oh wow, like that person took the time to repost it, which is really amazing to see.
Yeah.
And so I keep thinking like, so then that branches out to their group, and then that branches out to their group, and if nothing else, like I feel like there's this kind of and hopefully all of the things that we're talking about with the COVID and the kind of organizations losing a little bit of their steam.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this can just aid in that and help in that, which would be amazing.
Yeah.
Is there a second or third place prize, or is it just one
You know,
and done?
Gardner White said that they are giving every organization a gift.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. That makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know what the amount is, but I know that everyone is getting something.
Okay.
So, and they're really such a great like family, family owned. That I had the opportunity of meeting, the president and everyone else. The Twinkle Town night that they did. Of course, I had so many ideas. I was like, listen, you have to auction these trees off because you could raise so much money for each organization.
Yes.
If you could auction off each of these trees. So what they normally do is they keep the tree and they use it in their stores throughout their stores next year, which is cool. That's great. But I was like,
You could make.
oh no, we
Yeah.
need to auction these things off. So I actually think I may have talked them into that because
great
I heard
idea.
on the
That is a
Thanksgiving
great
parade morning that they were talking about doing it. So stay tuned because
Okay.
I actually need to reach out to Kristen and ask her, who's my contact, and ask her, now what's going on with this? 'Cause let's do this.
Yeah.
Like, let's get these
That's
things.
a great idea.
That would be awesome.
I think their fear was that they keep them on display until January. So then, who wants to have their tree after that? And I was like, oh, people do.
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah.
They'll put it on
Yeah.
and they'll put it up next year.
Yeah.
You're still getting all of the curated things that went onto this tree for the following year. They have those bags you can just wrap your tree up
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
and then roll it back out.
Yeah.
It's actually how Jingle Mingle started years ago. Is they had trees that were decorated, and people auctioned off the trees.
Oh.
And so I will have people tell me about this now that they do. They
Yeah.
wrap the tree up and they have a closet that they put that tree
Yeah.
in, and then pull it out with everything still on it. So yes, I
It's
agree
funny.
with you.
This whole thing has
Very
really
good.
gotten I was like, okay, maybe we can do something with this next year. And if I'm asked to be involved in this again, then wonderful, great. I would say yes again. And then if, maybe we start our own little tree thing here too, and that could be something, and we auction off a tree. And the Fed, we're up for anything. I love being a part of the community. I love giving back. Let's do it. Let's do it. What can we do?
Yeah.
But my new manager and I were like, oh, hang on. What can we do? Like maybe we can do so we'll see.
The wheels are spinning.
The wheels are spinning.
Yeah.
And I think too with I wanted to say something that I feel like, and I don't know what the elementary schools are doing right now, but I know I used to be, I took over the lead for Disability Awareness Week at Springfield Plains, which is where my kids went. I now have a 6th grader who left. And I think another thing with COVID is that stuff went away and it lost. But I feel like SCAMP and what you were saying about the initiative of getting it into the schools and bringing back this. When I went into disability awareness, that program, it was so dated.
Yes.
It was so dated, and I was like, oh no. This is not these kids. This is
Right.
let's tell these kids about how amazing and
Celebrate
their
kids.
spark there is
Yeah.
and celebrate them. So again, just wheels are turning. Let's
I think we need to have
I'm
coffee more.
excited for the I'm excited for the
Yes.
future. I feel like there's
Lots of potential.
lots
of possibilities.
lots of possibilities, lots
Absolutely.
of potential, and watching the way that Clarkston has reacted to just this, little thing that I was blessed to be a part of. Watching the reaction, I was like, oh, this is good. This is something. This is not just this. This is more.
Yeah.
There's
Keep
more.
it going.
Yes.
Well,
I do, absolutely.
It requires passion. Obviously, you both have a lot of passion for SCAMP and doing good and giving back and all that. And I think that is what keeps it going. That's going to continue the momentum, even through something like COVID and whatever else the next challenge is going to be.
There'll be another challenge.
There'll be something else.
Always. It's funny because when my position, I just started in July. When my position was posted, I wasn't looking for a job. My daughter had spent her high school years very ill, and so I stayed at home. And I was planning on, once I got her off to college, I would start looking. And I saw the posting through an e-blast, and I didn't say anything. I just sent it to my husband, and he emailed me back and said, please tell me you're applying.
Aww.
And I had to go home that night and write a resume. I didn't even have a resume.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks later, I had a job. I mean, it was just like, as soon as I saw it, if you would have asked me 5 minutes before that, what kind of job are you looking for? What do you want to do? And I would have been like, I don't know. I'll find something. I'll be fine. Like, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, this is mine. Like, this is it. And it's been like that since I started it. It's invigorating, it's energizing, but it's where I should be. And one of the things, like you're saying, with all the ideas, I made a promise to myself, I keep the wheels on the bus this year. Like, just do what has been done, kind of see how everything works. And I know it needs to happen that way, but I'm getting itchy. I'm like, oh, but we could try this. and like, even at Jingle Mingle, I was like, oh, well, I had our camp director write a wish list. And we put out a dedication table. So whether you wanted to give $5 or $500, you could give. So we could complete these wish lists for our scampers. And so there's little things that I'm making changes on, but I'm sitting here, I'm like, connections and like ideas, and it's
The two of you together.
It is. I'm excited.
Well, it reminds me of, so there's another really passionate person in our community, Chelsea O'Brien. I know you probably know her, and she runs the Clarkston Family Farm, and if you've met her, you love her, and she's got all this passion too, and she's dedicated to the community, and so it's kind of a weird way for us to transition into something that Katie and I are working on as far as talking about Giving Tuesday. So we have our own little fundraiser community project that we've been working on for a while, and it will help benefit the Clarkston Family Farm. We're hoping to make a sizable donation come next spring. Do you want to reveal? Do you want me to reveal? This is like, do we drum roll? I don't know what we do.
No. Well, once we say it, then it's like out in the world and real. But we are creating Clarkstonopoly.
Yes, a Clarkston themed Monopoly board. So this is just a fun little mock-up that Katie did. Now, this is, I don't know how do I show the good people.
Just so you have an idea.
So it's funny because we've been talking to a lot of businesses to get their support, and have businesses and organizations buy spaces around the board. There's 40
our iconic
spaces.
Classic Clarkston. So it's all businesses, 40 businesses on the board that are like our core, well-known Clarkston businesses.
I'm laughing because this, every time I go in, and this board is falling, I'm like, I promise this isn't like a craft project we're doing in our basement. That is literally but that's not it. We are partnering with the game board manufacturing company that does this in a legit, very, very real way, and it's really cool. They do a really nice job. So far, we've got a lot of businesses and organizations signed up. There will be other ways to join, and as far as maybe smaller businesses and organizations to join in a different way. So there's a lot of different entry points.
So we're currently accepting pre-orders on our website. It's going to be limited edition. So once we place our quantity order, we will not be reordering. And so on our podcast, a lot of our guests, we feel like, keep telling us about our goals. Our last guest was Christy Brown, and she was sharing about her BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal. So Ann and I decided we also needed one of those. So our BHAG is to make a $10,000 donation to the Clarkston Family Farm through this project. So we are very excited to share about it, and this was just kind of our launch.
Our Giving Tuesday. So part of the proceeds from every game board sold will go to the farm. That's how we'll get to that, hopefully that $10,000 goal. So stay tuned. It'll be on our social media. You have more information at the farm event this Saturday, if you go to their holiday event, and you can start pre-ordering. It's one of these, you order now, get it later.
You'll pick up at the farm in the spring.
But it's going to be great. So stay tuned.
That's cool.
And we're excited about that.
Hey. So is there anything else that either of you wanted to say before we wrap up? Anything we didn't cover? Any last minute thoughts?
No, I'll be here next week for my
all right.
next week for morning show with Bailey's.
We're bringing mimosas, Bailey's. We don't know what we're doing. It's something.
Thank you
very much.
For doing this.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us. This is amazing.
Yeah, we love it. Come back anytime.
Well, I would suggest maybe toe warmers. My feet are a little chilly down here. I'm just going to throw that out there. But we appreciate you both. It was nice to meet you both.
Cheers?
Oh yeah, let's do a little cheers. A little morning cheers. We usually do a picture in the studio, but cheers. Have a good day, everybody.
This is awesome.
And then the awkward, we're still on, but